Okay, well, welcome everyone to the first session of LA by Night, World of Darkness. And I'm going to be the storyteller, Erik Malkavian. We have in residence as our players, we have Jared, and we have Jason, Constantine, and Caleb currently. The scene is that people have begun arriving at the Ventrue Tower after flying in via LAX. They've been coming in by taxi and private car. And the scene starts off in the lobby. What you see in the lobby are armed security, we'll say 4, with metal detectors at the door. And you see the same lobby that you would in Bloodlines. The descriptions of the players are as follows. Actually, let me have you guys introduce yourself and go ahead and describe yourself. We'll start with you, Caleb, please. Caleb.
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. It kind of
Yes. Could
glitched.
you I'm going to have everyone introduce themselves and give a description of what you're wearing and um, what you're actually doing while you've been waiting. Just briefly.
Okay. Well, I've as I had stated prior to the thing starting, I have my portable 8-track player in my duffel bag. I've been listening to old 8 tracks that I've been collecting. I wear a fedora, a window pane overcoat, and then it's a burgundy suit with a black shirt, burgundy tie, and he wears a pair of eyeglasses. And kind of a stern-looking guy in his late 20s, kind of sitting there, just kind of scowling.
Okay. And what's happened is he has made and received a couple phone calls. So that has occurred. And can you describe your telephone there, Caleb, please?
Yeah, it's a large beige brick with a large black antenna. Circa 1980 something.
Okay.
Yeah, he's trying to get a handle on this new phone revolution, but still coming at this current time.
Okay, great. All right, Jason, would you describe your character? What he's doing?
Alright, well, as the picture shows, my character, while not named Mr. Kickass, is Michael Dresden. He is a Gangrel. Uh, he is wearing very richly tailored leather jacket with an expensive shirt, button-up shirt underneath, a well-worn undershirt that has just the beginning showings of the anarchy symbol on it. He has tailored jeans. His boots look to be expensive. The chains, however, that are attached to his boots don't look to be expensive. They look more something that could be used if necessary than just mere decoration, but that's hard to call. Uh, he has 2 ghouls with him, which are carrying around luggage racks, and he has over his shoulder a what looks to be military issue marine duffel bag. He's wearing glasses, and from time to time lowers them while looking with eyes of the beast at dark corners, and is generally not necessarily paranoid, but he is keeping an eye on all the entrances and exits of this building that he is in.
Okay. So he's kind of snarling, basically. are looking very angry.
He doesn't look angry as much as miffed at being here. Like he
Okay.
has things to do, people to kill, people to see, and stuff to be getting into.
Okay. All right, Jared, would you give me your description and what you're doing?
Sure thing. The character's name is Aleksander Wolff. If anybody was watching when he came in, depending on what order we arrived, you would see that he was walking with a. Well, I'll explain Alex first. He's about 6 foot tall, maybe a little more, maybe a little less. About 180 pounds. Decent build on him. Head to toe, he's wearing black. He's got old beat up jack boots on. His jeans are just completely tattered and torn up.
Okay.
He's got a black t-shirt on. There's holes all around the lower section of it. It's got a almost unrecognizable logo on it. Assuming it's a 80s punk band or metal or something of the sort.
Right.
He's got a leather jacket on. It's got just as many holes as his jeans do. It's clearly aged, and he's been wearing it for a long period of time. His hair is just completely just filthy. He hasn't taken care to keep up appearances.
Okay.
He's wearing sunglasses at night inside, of course. And he's just kind of keeping his eyes peeled, not that you can tell, but he's just kind of watching everybody, one man in particular.
Okay.
And
who is that? Who is he watching?
He is watching Mr. Kick-Ass himself.
Okay.
If depending on the order that everyone came in, if you came before him, you'd have seen him. He'd be coming in with a younger man in stride behind him.
Okay.
Not very threatening, dressed relatively the same, just filthy clothes, and just everything's tattered. And Alex will just kind of point him off into a different way as he makes his way towards the collection of people, and the younger man with him just kind of slunks down in the lobby somewhere. Whether they're seating or not, I'm not sure.
Oh, there's no seating in this lobby. Let me I will get you a photo of it. Okay, and Constantine.
Yeah. Oh,
What is your
my turn?
description of your character, please, and what is he doing as he arrives in the lobby? He's the last arrival.
Ulysses, his name, Ulysses, would have just come in the front door, taken a gander around, see who was there, and find himself a corner to stand in, trying not to bump into a Nosferatu in the process. His outfit is deceptively simple. A tattered leather jacket, heavy, say slightly torn, blue jeans as well, and thick, heavy combat boots on his feet.
Okay, and how is he behaving? What's he doing? Is he just looking around? Hello?
That awkward moment when you realize you're still talking with your mic is muted. Wonderful.
Okay.
What was the last? Oh, yes.
Okay.
So
when he comes in, is he just looking around?
just generally taking a gander, staring at looking at everything for a little bit, and then shifting his gaze. He'll his hands crossed in front of him. His left hand on his right wrist. But other than that, nothing particularly notable.
Okay. So what happens is security notes how many people have come in, and one of them makes a call on his microphone. Okay, they're here. Right, I'll send them up. Okay. Sir, if you will follow me, sirs. So he begins walking towards the elevator. Punches in code for the elevator. You see the door open, and it's large enough to hold all of you. There are 7, I believe, in all. Okay, so he steps inside, punches in the floor for the conference room, punches in another code, and he steps off, and the door closes. As you arrive at the 4th floor, door opens. See more security. There are 2 securities at the elevator door itself. You step into a same type of marbled flooring. There are elevators facing you, and the security guard at the elevator talks into his mic. Okay, they're here. They're on the floor. Okay, right. So he directs, he points towards some wooden double doors to your right. There are security guards there. And as they see you approach, they open the doors. Actually, one of them looks inside, sees what's going on. He gets the call. Okay, yeah, send them in. And so as they open the double doors, what you see is a large conference room. The conference room is, we'll say it's 40 foot by 40 foot. There is a large table which is at least 20 feet long. You see a number of obviously, well, not obvious, but kindreds seated at the desk. There are 8, 4 kindreds on each side, with Prince LaCroix at the head of the table. Behind Prince LaCroix, you see a large, humongous beast of a man, at least 7 to 8 feet tall. You have no idea who or what he is. Behind each of the seated kindred, there is a armed person, whether they're assistant or what have you. They're standing behind him directly. And you hear Prince LaCroix say, "Ah, our arrivals have come in. Please take your seats." Okay, and so there are more seats that are available. There are more seats on both sides. Okay,
I'm gonna flash the room, looking around. Does anyone ping, like as I sniff the air and look around, besides the guy that I know is like me? Does anyone else ping my sense of he's like me?
There is one person that is.
Wherever he's standing, I'm going to sit opposite of him.
Okay, that seat is not available because the way the seating goes, it has the prince at the head. Then you got 2. You have a gentleman dressed in red with red sort of glasses to his immediate left. To his right, there's a gentleman with an open collar, wearing a 3-piece suit. Okay, and then next to them, you have a young lady who is exquisitely dressed, and then across from her, you have another gentleman, and then you have four other people, I'm sorry. So the nearest that you can get to him is just next to the person that is the fourth person on that side.
Like, if he's sitting on the left side of the table, I want to be sitting on the right. That's what I meant.
Okay, that's
Like,
fine.
opposite.
That's fine.
I want to
Okay,
be sitting
so-
on the opposite of the guy with protean claws.
Okay.
I'll sit at the farthest end, if that all possible.
Okay. Anyone have any other specifics?
Alex will sit on the other opposite corner, whatever's furthest away from the prince.
Okay. All right, fine. All right, so you hear Prince LaCroix say, well, we are certainly surprised to see this many new kindred in our fair city. Such a mixed bag from what I can see. Things are really that bad on the East Coast, apparently. That people are escaping. He laughs a bit. And we were just discussing about this many new kindred arriving in our fair city and what to do with you. My thought is to, first of all, inform you of our current situation. And to see what assistance you can provide to the council. Right now, as you may or may not have heard, there is a situation with a race of and I say this reluctantly, similar vampires of some sort, foreign devils, who seem to have taken upon themselves to how should I put it? Try to take over this entire region. As you may have known, those our brethren that choose to call themselves the Anarchs have suffered major losses to that. I have their Baron here to my right, who has, how can I put it, decided to come into the fold against a united enemy. So these foreign devils are posing the most immediate threat to my princedom, to my area of authority. But I'm going to let the others speak for themselves now. My fair regent of the Tremere, what efforts have you made to investigate who or what these things are? Okay. You see the gentleman.
I audibly sniff and then looked back towards the Baron, just completely ignoring this man.
Okay. You see the gentleman in all red. Oh, first, my apologies. Uh, Let me make this my introduction. This is our regent, Maximilian Strauss of the Tremere Chancery. Thank you, Prince LaCroix. What I've been able to gather about these foreign devils is that their powers appear to be different than what our fellow kindreds are based on. I have done some research into this matter, and I have some ideas on how to address it. Oh, well, okay. Well, I certainly hope you would hurry this up on finding out what's going on there. Now, let's go to the Baron of the Bruja Anarchs. Yes, okay. My name is Dexter Markarian. I'm not going to admit to defeat. We've been ruling here, Prince LaCroix, for a very long time. And it's only by the sheerest reluctance that I've decided to I can't even say it. Join this.
Wait, before he says that, debase oneself for with one's lessers. And then he does a kind of a the Bruja fist bump towards him and nods.
Okay. Okay. Well, we certainly appreciate that, and we will discuss this later. And to the Tremere's left, we have a young lady who is the primogen for the Malkavians. And she appears to, well, thank you, Prince. I certainly trust anything that you have to say, and that's all I really have to say about this at the moment.
What a tangled web we weave.
Across from her, we have a gentleman wearing black. He's got open collar. Actually, he's a blue three-piece suit. He says, well, yes, thank you. My name, forgive me, out of character, who is the Toreador?
I believe
she's a stripper?
Yeah, I think it's VV.
No, not her.
I think she's the
her boss.
Oh, the movie studio guy. I forget his name.
Right. Okay. All right, back in character. Okay, I'm sorry. His name eludes me. Yes, yes, I'm the yes, I am the Baron of Hollywood, and my name is so and so. And
if you'd like, I can look it up and just message it to you later.
Yes, that would be great. And that is my barony. Okay, but enough about that. Who do we have here? In fact, it appears that we have kind of a mixed bag here, Prince. Yes, we do. So what my plans are is to have you all meet with your various primogens and discuss how you can assist us in our battle against the Kuai-Jin. So I believe the first order is to, what we're going to do is have you talk with them. Now, have you all been situated? Obviously not, because I see you have your luggage.
Oh, yes, good sir. I already have a nice little place.
Oh, you
I
do?
just haven't gone there yet.
Oh, you do. And well, let me first have your names. I'm sure that's been communicated to us. But who are you?
You can call me Mr. Kickass.
Mr. Kickass. How droll.
How trite.
I see. Pertinent as well. Okay, and who's next to you? Your name, Caleb?
Oh, okay. Franklin Dempsey.
Franklin? Ah, Mr. Dempsey. I'm acquainted with you. Certainly, let us talk afterwards.
I would love it.
Absolutely. And to your left, this Constantine.
Ulysses, though, I suspect if you're following popular media, you may know that already. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, finally.
Ah, courteous. Appreciate that. The gentleman at the farthest corner in black, the rather dirty gentleman. Who are you? Jared?
You can call me Alex.
Excuse me?
I said Alex.
Alex. Very well. Okay. Now that we've all made our acquaintance, I will have the primogens contact you individually. But before you leave, make sure you pass on all of your information, where you will be staying, to my assistant, along with contact information as well. Very good. That's all. Okay, so you see the prince stand up. The rest of the primogen rises. And let's start off with you, Caleb. What are you going to do?
Well, I will see if I can talk to him like he said for me to do, but
Okay. What happens is with the rest of the primogen, first of all, the Ventrue, the prince's assistant, approaches each one of you and gets your information. Okay, so I see that. All right, so hold on. Okay, before we start that, so the assistant approaches Grog's character. I'm sorry. Approaches you, and what happens? Okay, so he says,
I give him a P.O. box number, and that's all I give him.
a P.O. box number. I'm sorry, sir. That's not going to be sufficient.
Well, seeing as how I can sleep in the ground, it will have to be.
You can sleep in the ground?
I am Gangrel, aren't I?
I have no idea. All
Well,
I know is that
a single claw comes out of his finger and then goes back in. Yes,
well,
I am Gangrel.
Right. Well, that's not going to be sufficient. What's your telephone number, sir?
He like literally stops and thinks for a second. Cell phone. I know this word. Cell phone. Oh.
Let's see.
Oh, cellular phones.
Do you? I assume you have a telephone.
Yes, I do.
Okay.
As he pulls out like an old Nokia, the kind that you could shoot with a bullet and wouldn't be damaged.
Right. Okay.
Yes, a burn phone, but yes, I have one. I believe that's what these are called.
Okay.
Then he writes the PO box number and the cell phone number.
You're not staying at a P.O. box, and obviously with the way that you're dressed, where are you going to be staying for this evening, sir?
I was thinking somewhere under the ground, naked, howling at the moon later, Gangrel things.
No, I
I am
don't.
lying through my teeth, by the way, and I will roll that lie, spending a willpower.
All right, go ahead. Let's see it.
Ha ha ha! 3 successes. Ha!
Nonetheless, he's not buying it because you are immaculately dressed. You have retainers. So as you're putting him off, you start seeing some of the security. In fact, you start seeing some of the scourgers approaching you. Okay?
I would remind you, good sir, as per the Convention of Thorns, that our illustrious leaders once upon a time signed with each other, I have shown up here at this gathering. I have announced myself. I have shown myself. And as such, requiring me any other information from me would require major boons from all that require this information. Now, if the prince wishes to give me a major boon for this information, I will gladly take it.
We seem to have a problem then. Are you going to be a problem for us?
Are you stating that you wish to bypass the Convention of Thorns?
So you're going to be a problem. Okay. You can wait here, sir.
Have you mean?
All right. Okay, move on to... Alright, so Caleb, you are going to walk towards the prince. Is that correct?
Si, senor.
Alright. And so, as you approach, do you extend your hand or... His bodyguards let you through.
Okay, I don't remember the conventions here. Do I have... Yes, I'll try and I'll offer my hand in a firm and hearty handshake.
Okay, he does the same. Thank you. And yes, as I said, Mr. Dempsey, I received a call from your sire about your arrival, and look at ways that we can make use of your services.
Oh, go ahead.
Okay, and yes, I understand you're quite useful in a number of different avenues. So what, okay, this is kind of an aside. So are any of you trying to eavesdrop? I mean, and plus, yeah, let's say that. Are any of you trying to eavesdrop, even though this room is rather large? It's 40 by 40.
I mean, if they're not whispering, sure. But if they're whispering...
Well, they're quite a distance away. Jason, you don't have that ability right now because you're embroiled with the prince's assistant. You're out of you don't have a sight line. You can't see. You can't read lips or anything.
No, I can't read lips.
Okay. Constantine, possibly. What are you doing, Constantine? Do you even care?
At this point, Cross doesn't care over much. No, he's going
Okay,
to
so he's
look out
okay.
the pretty windows, check out his phone, wait until somebody decides to see what they want to talk to him, and take his number as well.
Okay.
He's in no
Gotcha.
particular hurry.
Gotcha. What about yourself, Jared? Are you just trying to?
I think Alex would probably be too far away, and he's got a show being put on in front of him, so
Okay,
I
gotcha.
think he'd rather watch that.
Okay, I just wanted to
Cross
check
would be
to see
watching
what
that
you guys
too.
were doing. Oh, I'm sorry. I talked over you.
My bad. Go ahead.
No, that was my apology. Okay, fine. All right, so no one's actually. I was just curious if anyone was eavesdropping. Okay, so yes, and so drats. See, we may, like the prince said, we may have use of your services. I will have my assistant contact you about some goings on that need to be looked into. Saying this to Caleb, okay? Just pass on your information to him, and he will be getting he will be getting back with you shortly. Okay. Now Constantine, you're just looking out the window. I'm sorry. Let's see here. I don't have. Have you sent me your sheet, Constantine?
I thought I did, yes.
Okay, my apologies. I'm checking my email right now. I don't.
Well, crap.
I don't see it.
Okay, well, before I excuse myself away, I ask, as far as the man mentioning the Convention of Thorns, would you like me to stick around for anything that might happen, or?
Are you talking to him?
Well, to the prince, yeah. Like, if our business is concluded, kind of look like that guy might be some sort of trouble. I'm not offering to do anything about that, but more as far as be maybe a mediator here.
Okay, so what do you say?
That's what I ask him. Do you need any additional people on hand? I don't know if this guy's. I mean, I can see your fridge that walked in here with us. But do you need any other help on hand for anything that might happen?
And you're addressing that to Jason, correct?
No, to the prince.
Oh, well, the prince is out of earshot. Okay, you're talking to his assistant. No, I think we will be able to handle this. But we certainly appreciate it. Just, he points you to one of the other security by the door. Just leave your information with him.
Okay, so I do.
All right. Jared, what are your plans? This is what you did notice, Jared. You did notice that there is one of the primogens is the same clan. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
So you have, if you wish, you can go.
Oh, are we all being asked for basic information, or is that going to be taken care of later?
Well, that's expected.
Well, I wasn't know that we were going to be approached for it, like with.
Well, he's still dealing with Jason. The prince's assistant is still dealing with Jason.
Okay.
So you're just kind of just observing that, unless you just want to continue standing around, or do you want to approach your primogen?
I'll grudgingly approach my primogen.
Okay. I saw you, young one. Why the reluctance? He says.
My first night in Los Angeles, and I spent all my money getting here.
Ah, okay. Well, there's no need to worry about that. We are all family. So why don't you come with me, and we will see how we can get you situated. But are some of these your friends? I noticed that our fellow is having a little bit of trouble with the prince's assistant, and perhaps I'm going to need to go address this. In fact, before he ends up getting in too much trouble. So he begins drifting over towards
You mean
the,
before I start frenzying is what you mean.
or something. Yeah, something bad
Because
happened.
Michael does not look like he's having a good time.
Okay.
He's actually
Yeah.
looking like he's starting to get extremely pissed.
Okay.
And extremely pissed Gangrel are bad.
Okay. So what he does is he walks over. He turns to the assistant. Simeon, let us do this. I'm going to give you my information, and that's how the prince may contact him. Is that satisfactory? He says, certainly. That will be sufficient. And so you see the security start to withdraw, and the prince's assistant vacates. So it says, first night and causing trouble already, I see.
Yes, elder brother, it would seem that some people dislike having to obey the rules.
Well, we must be mindful of the prince at this time, at least for now. But tell us all your accommodations. I have been ready. Now we have our other young one here who is in need of lodging. I guess that's the best way to put it.
As he is a clan member, he is more than welcome to stay in my lodgings.
Okay. Let's see here.
Of course, free of boons or anything like that.
Okay.
We are Gangrel after all.
Okay. All right. So that addresses that. Let's Oh, okay. I just noticed that. I'm sorry, Caleb. I just noticed your message there.
No, that's fine. If the prince tells me, hey, like, keep an eye on these guys or whatever, I'll do it.
Okay. Sorry, I just had to address that. Okay, so let me just finish up with them, and then I'll get back to you, Caleb. Okay, Constantine. Let's see. Constantine. Okay, I haven't gotten yours. Now, Constantine. I know that what clan that you're playing. And there is the Malkavian Primogen. She's still there. Do you want to talk to her, or what's your thoughts right now, Constantine?
Well, definitely go up and say hello. There's nothing to be gained in staying silent.
Fair enough. Okay, so you approach her. She's rather well dressed. Short black hair, glasses, and rather stylish. She just seems to be rather rather ordinary. You don't notice anything obvious. And it's just thank you for approaching. My name is my name is Cordelia. And you are?
Ulysses Cross. Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure as well. You certainly come at an exciting time.
How does that phrase go? May you live in interesting times?
Yes.
Times great on high, regardless. I'm certain.
Isn't it ironic? It's a foreign devil phrase as well.
Foreign. Oh, you mean? Yes. You'd think they'd be grateful after, well, businesses. Now we saved their bacon.
Yes. But apparently they want more of the bacon.
You simply can't trust common riffraff like that, am I right?
Exactly. What we need to do is throw them into the fire.
Well,
But
there are certain benefits to the idea, I won't lie.
certainly, I say roast them all.
You definitely have some interesting propositions on the idea, my dude.
Ah, yes. We seem to have a gentleman snarling at us. I guess he doesn't like the way we look.
Throwing some bacon bits.
With the preclusivities of, well, you and I'm not terribly surprised, but you simply can't make an omelet without breaking a few eggs.
Exactly.
Lunatics everywhere.
You know,
with an
this actually
actual
sounds like
snarl
something-
this time.
Oh,
I'm sorry? I was hearing voices in my head.
you know, Primogen, I hope it isn't too forward of me, but considering that conversation in this particular area would be unfavorably looked upon, and he would
Sure.
deliberately glance at the person who's snarling at them, perhaps we ought to continue this conversation elsewhere some other time?
Agreed. Agreed. Now,
Sometime soon, I hope.
absolutely. Here's my number. Absolutely. Feel free to call me and let us make plans to meet a little bit further.
That sounds fantastic. The pleasure is all mine, I'm sure.
Ah, you're too kind. Okay. So, let's see. I don't, out of character. I don't have your sheet, so I don't know, Constantine, what sort of resources
I'm-
that you have and so forth.
Still trying to get it to you. I figured since, well, I can ask you about that later.
Okay.
Think of-
I'll tell you what. While we do this, then, why don't we have you go with the Ventrue, who's currently talking to the prince, but so we'll have you go with him as far as lodgings and so forth. Okay. Okay. So let me.
give me a sec to figure this out, because there's one last thing I can try that should maybe work. So give me like 5 or 10, and then the sheet should be with you.
Okay. All right. So let's move on. Let's move back to Caleb. Okay. So you're still talking to the prince. Yes, the prince is. Okay. So yes, we certainly can make use of your services. Appears those two rather gauche fellows are going with my our Gangrel Primogen, and they seem to be taken care of. So. He turns aside to his assistant. What went on with that, Simeon? Well, it was that rather I don't know how to put it, my prince. He's a rather rude fellow, and he didn't want to give me his information. Really? And why did you not get it? Well, the Gangrel Primogen said that he would pass along his information and that he would take care of it. Okay, that certainly would be fine. We definitely need to keep an eye on this gentleman then.
Would you like me to offer my haven? I'm staying at the Roosevelt Hotel. Um, I'm sure I can, offer to all the new guys in town here that they can stay with me until they find their own lodgings.
Yes, that would be fine.
I mean, I doubt they'll take me up on it, as, I know how the Gangrel feel about our clan, but, still an offer. Although I'm going to have to pay for pet insurance, I'm sure.
Pet insurance. Well, we don't want to anger the Gangrel. They are very useful in a fight. So let us just we'll try to smooth things over.
Well, first of all, they seem to type. I'll offer them all around drinks.
Yes, depending on what they like to drink. Besides the usual low-class vitae. Speaking of vitae, how rude of me. Simeon, fetch our best vitae. In fact, before the Primogens leave, let us offer a toast to our new arrivals. And so LaCroix speaks up. Here, here. Before all of you leave, let us make a toast. A toast to victory. So Simeon begins passing out glasses. Passes out glasses to all. LaCroix lifts his glass of vitae to victory. And the rest,
All right.
well,
To anarchy.
I don't really want to do this, but I drink it.
Yeah, I'm not drinking this. This isn't happening.
so what do you do then, Jason? Do you not drink?
I take a small sip and I do not swallow.
Okay, you see
And
your
then
Primogen does.
and then I turn my back, put the stuff back in the thing, and then set it down. No,
Okay.
blood bonding not happening.
I do swallow. Am I slightly bloodbound?
No.
Okay.
No. You don't sense anything like that. Why would he do? Plus, out of character,
Because
he
he's
wouldn't do that
lacrosse,
to a
that's why.
Primogen.
No, but he
It's
might
the
do
entire
it.
Primogen Council.
Yeah, but I don't know if the blood I'm drinking is the same as the blood they're drinking.
It is,
I'm just saying. I'm really cautious.
sir. Okay. Fair enough.
Was this a blood of a musician?
No.
Okay, I immediately yak it back up.
Oh, wow. That's the first time I've ever seen that, says LaCroix. Does something not agree with you?
I kind of look at him like, really? Like, is this, like, I'm giving him kind of like, is this your first time being a Ventrue look? Like, yeah. I go, yeah, I only drink the blood of musicians. Sorry.
Okay. This was certainly, well, this was a first-class politician, but I can understand your reaction to that. The next time we shall remember just musician blood. See if we have some of that in the back. Okay, well, yes, Primogen, thank you all for coming. And ta-ta. So he goes back, let's see, you saw my message, correct, Caleb?
Yes.
Okay, that's, yeah, in private, of course, on the down low. Okay, so he says, well, thank you. We will certainly be in contact, and you have a very good evening.
I
Okay,
think
so
I've almost got this.
he walks out with his guard and the sheriff and all the scourges.
Okay, well,
Is the sheriff my... He's my primogen, isn't he?
I think the sheriff is a nagloper. He's not a gangrel.
No, he's not a Gangrel.
I
No,
thought he was.
No, he's not. He's something that your
I thought he
characters
was
have no idea what he is.
Gangrel.
Like I said, if it's anything, it's one of the legacies of Libon. He's more than likely a nagloper, but I don't know for certain.
Okay. All right. And so what happens is, so Caleb and Constantine. So Caleb, you walk up to Constantine. What do you say?
I ask him, hey, you're new in town, right?
That is the case, yes.
Do you need any lodgings or anything? Because personally, I'm bored and I'd like to get a drink anyway, but I don't want to drink alone.
Drinking alone is almost universally a terrible idea, so I would definitely love to entertain a drink. As for lodgings, I'm still talking, seeing where that's going. But a drink would be very nice, yes. Perhaps a few of these other fine folk would be obliged to join us.
Well, yeah, I mean, we're all new in town. Why don't we all get a drink, get to know each other? And if you guys don't have a place to stay, I at least have a suite at the Roosevelt Hotel. You can stay there at least until the day, for the day, and then until you can get yourself some lodging of your own.
Oh, the Roosevelt. I've heard very good things about it. But, yes, I suspect we should speak to the others about spending the evening out then, eh?
I'd say so. We should, we're all new in town, and why not, right?
Why not, indeed?
And what you see is the Gangrel Primogen. He kind of he finishes up with you, Jason, and says, "Yeah, don't worry about the prince. That's taken care of for the moment. And I will certainly be talking with you two later. Okay? I need to attend to some other things, but
Please make sure, elder brother, that you do remind him of the Convention of Thorns and how he must act in accordance if he does not wish to start a full-scale war, as that is, according to the Treaty of Thorns, the rest of the Camarilla and the Justicars would not be allowed to come and help him if he were to break it.
Oh, that's all he says is oh. Okay. All right, very good. Good night. So he walks out.
That may have came out more aggressive than I meant. He's not trying to be aggressive towards the Primogen.
Okay.
He's just letting him know that this is, like, LaCroix just made a huge fuck up, and if he doesn't fix it, bad things might happen. Because there are several city-states that might come to relieve him of that throne.
Okay, we'll see. All right, so he walks out, and so it's just Jared and yourself are standing there. Are you? And now, Caleb, were you talking to? Besides Constantine, were you indicating to the other gentlemen that perhaps they'd like to get a drink? Is that what you were saying? I wasn't
That's
quite
what
sure.
I want. Yeah, that's what I was planning to do. Yeah.
Okay, so they're done with their Primogen. You see the Primogen walk out the door with his bodyguard / assistants.
I walk up to them. Hi, gents. You guys new in town?
Alex will kind of just keep looking straight on, not really answering for a second. Just when he starts to feel it get especially awkward, he'll finally just say, "You arrived at the same time as I did, didn't you?"
Yeah, but I don't know if you're new in town. I'm not new in town. I mean, I'm kind of new in town so far as I haven't been in town for about 30 years, but, I do know some of the landmarks and whatnot.
I see. Yes, I'm new.
Well, since we're all kind of new here, would you like to maybe go, why don't we all get a drink? And if you guys don't have lodgings, I'd be willing to offer at mine for at least a couple nights or a couple days.
I'm sorry, out of character real quick. The Gangrels had lodgings ready for us or no?
No, but I offered you, since you're Gangrel, out of character, I offered you the ability to stay at my haven as long as you wanted.
Okay.
Free, like charge or anything.
Okay.
Yes,
Alex would...
Same for me.
I'm sorry?
Going to hijack the silence here. Did my sheet go through that time?
I got your email, Constantine.
Excellent. I don't know what the hell's going on with my PDF program, so that is probably screwed up 6 ways to Sunday. So
Oh, you're on your sheet? You're fine.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, I'll just review it as you guys are just talking. Yeah, continue. That was you talking, Jason, right? About your haven, is that correct?
Yes, I offered him my
Okay.
haven, like while we were talking to the Primogen.
Okay.
Okay, just making sure what was going on.
So,
Oh, go ahead.
This is what's happening. Your car service is still available.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The car service that the either one of your car services, either Caleb or Jason's, since you guys appear to have the most wealth, so both of your car services are there. And so, what are your plans? This is what's available in the immediate area. Just looking at the map, you look down the street. There appears to be a goth club that's way down the other end of the street, across from the library. The library is right across the street, and but you do have these bags, so that's an issue. So,
Okay, Alex will, and if I'm assuming the conversation over drinks is still going on, he'll ponder it for a moment and then answer back to Frank. As long as you're buying, I'm going anywhere.
Well, drinks are on me tonight.
Then I have no choice but to go.
Well, that's not true at all. You do have a choice, but,
Alex kind of lets out a laugh, but it doesn't last very long. It's not very sincere.
okay.
Kind of waits.
All right. All right. So, what? Okay. Like I said, you see that club further down the street. So you put your bags in the the back of. We'll say we'll use Caleb's car service. What it is this a Lincoln Continental. You can pile in the back of there, and one of you tells, "Hey, take us down to that club down the street, and wait for us."
I just want to go on record. I'm never using a cab in this city. I've heard bad things about cabbies.
Okay. Fair enough. This is not a cab, though. This is car
I heard
service.
the cabbies give you great information.
And may or may not be Kane.
It's
Yeah,
even worse than this city. Los Angeles and stuff.
Never know if your cabbie's Kane or not.
So you arrive in front of the club. There appears to be a lot of goth punk people, kids, just kind of milling around in that courtyard. This is the the confession from Bloodlines. So you guys step out, and you hear this thumping music come through the door. The vibe that you get from the club seems to be okay. It doesn't appear to be anything out of the ordinary outside your usual wild type of club scene. You see the bar to the left. At the end, you see this wildly dressed woman, and you see a number of bartenders there. The club is bouncing, and so there are some booths to the side, and then there's the bar to the left, and then there's more booths. So
Well, I'll start bottle service
okay.
because I'm baller like that.
All right, cool. All right, so a waitress comes over eventually. What do you guys have?
I motion to the rest of the guys. You order what you want. It's on me tonight. Yes.
Real quick, out of character. Did they card us at the door?
No.
No? Okay. Then if we go back to when we're leaving the tower, as we're leaving, if anyone's paying attention, you'd hear Alex kind of make eye contact with his friend who came in with him and just kind of go meet and then kind of wave him to him. And he comes with us.
Oh, okay. Your companion. Okay.
Yeah. So when we'd get there, after being offered whatever we want, Alex would ask for 2 Jack and Cokes, and whenever they come, he'd slide them down to meat.
Okay.
My next question is: our other Gangrel buddies are here with us, right?
Yes.
Okay. So
Yeah,
I go.
I didn't say that I wouldn't go.
Okay.
I
I just
mean,
want to make sure. I go.
You're
all right.
not Lacroix. I don't hate you.
I go. Look, I want to level with you guys. I'm pretty sure you're aware that I've been told to keep tabs on you. Like, you guys don't seem dumb. So how about we make this deal? We're all here to do the same thing, right? We're all here to kind of, help each other out, get rid of these slanted-eyed, Anyway, why don't we make this deal? I'll tell the prince whatever you want me to tell him.
Sure, you could tell him that we're hopping and skipping between graveyards and just having our stuff dry cleaned.
No, I mean, if he wants me to spy on you, I gotta give him something. So you guys tell me if you tell me something ridiculous, obviously he's not gonna buy that.
Oh no, we will be hopping and skipping in graveyards. Like, going to and from different graveyards. And we'll make it look like we're setting up camp in various graveyards.
Okay.
Like, that won't be a problem for you, because it will be true.
Oh.
Okay.
But other business is going to be, you're going to see at least me and some of my friends that'll be showing up here soon, working very hard to kick out the yellow-eyed and slanted bastards.
Because, I mean, yes, I am Camarilla, but I don't like the Quajian, and I don't hate the Anarchs. You have to understand that. Understand me when I say that. I do believe that you believe you're doing good.
I don't hate you for being Camarilla. I, however, dislike when a prince decides to flaunt the traditions that keep us from killing each other in the streets.
It was a relatively amusing faux pas, though the Primogen seems, well, between us, not like she's got much upstairs, unfortunately.
Well, perhaps you can try to take that then, if you are Camarilla.
I'm flattered at the thought you put into me, but what was that? Would you call that in our acknowledgement? Freshly acknowledged on the day we got in. No, frankly, I don't want that kind of power. But she does seem, she's reasonably attractive. It might work. And again, anything you guys want them to hear, we're in this together, aren't we?
If you'd like to report back to both of your Primogen, same's go with you, brother Gangrel, that I'm working towards killing as many Quagen quickly and quietly as possible. Go right ahead, because that's what I'm doing.
Okay, so we'll tell them that you've been staying in cemeteries and you're okay with the program, quote unquote.
Yes, and I won't show up to his Elysiums so that he doesn't have to apologize. And we can call that even. So long as
Seems
he
like
understands that if he needs me at an Elysium, he has to apologize publicly. That should keep feelings from getting too bent out of shape.
Okay, well, as long as I assume on some level we can trust each other then.
Of course, we're here to kick out the invasion that is happening before it leaves the western seaboard and goes further inland.
Is invasion the right word or infestation, I wonder?
Anything that could kick the shit out of a great many baronies would be an invasion, considering that this is one of our major strongholds. Not to mention that rumor mill spreads that Washington and the Sabbat have also got the shit kicked out of them.
I mean, that seems like the smart plan would be not necessarily to kick them out, but just divert them to San Diego to make the bot have to deal with them.
Make it too much of a hassle to stay here and easier to go there. Makes sense.
Yeah. And then that we have our enemies doing our work for us. Oh, yeah. I just remembered. I believe they saw us come in, so they're at least aware of our existence. I saw a couple of them spying on me at the airport.
I didn't want to know. I didn't want to be thought to know. So, them thinking that I'm just an ignorant brute will serve my purposes greatly.
Okay, well that works.
I got the reputation for Mr. Kickass, and it serves my purposes to have everyone think that I'm nothing more than a brute to kill what's put in front of me. That way, when I do my own thing and, buy property or start businesses, that they won't look into anything that I'm doing.
Hey, you guys look like a bunch of pretty boys. You see this like
I turned to him. I turned to whoever just said that. I pull my glasses down, and I growl. Like,
No. I go, I got this. I walk up to him, lock eyes, and go, defecate.
Okay. Out of character. Is there any role for this?
If he's a mortal, I don't think he really gets much of any sort of defense against this. And I'm just using basic.
Okay.
He
my
gets
first
no
lot
roll
of
because he's mortal.
Oh,
He just
Jesus.
shat himself.
Okay, so what you see is this guy, this big, huge biker guy, suddenly turn pale white and you smell something. Oh shit, you see him run off. Oh shit, oh shit. And some of his friends start laughing at him like, damn, man.
Amusing as that was, I really hope you didn't find us a new enemy.
He shat himself. I didn't swing a punch. Him growling at him might have got us into a fight in the middle of the bar.
Well, I suppose that's quite right. So where the hell
I mean, I suppose other than telling him to sleep, I don't think there was anything better to do that wouldn't cause any breaches in the Masquerade.
Telling him to flee may have been funny, or another single word. What am I thinking? Backflip is also a very interesting trick. I've seen a few of those who can bend the will of mortals, tell them to do a backflip, and when they can't, they look rather dumb.
Interesting. The girl comes over with your drink, says, "Man, what happened to that guy?"
My friend here is a terrifying fellow. As I motion to my the Gangrel sitting next to me.
Well, she looks at him and says, I don't see anything terrifying about him.
I just give her like the cutest smile that I can, but at Humanity 5 and Unholy Beacon, like I do terrify.
I go, oh, it's just his way, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a bit, okay. Well, I hope you enjoy your drinks. She kind of walks away real quickly.
Man, you scared away dinner.
Oh no. Dinner isn't found here. Why don't we hit the rack after this, and where we can hunt without invading anyone's property?
All right.
After tonight's performance, you very may well be Lord, I can't talk this evening. You very may well be able to get away with quite a bit. I mean, it isn't often a prince makes a royal faux pas like that.
Yes, because if he chooses to apologize, he'll still owe me a major boon for requiring to know where I stay. That would be fun.
I suspect that's why nobody bothered asking me, and I'm not complaining too hard. Well, Primogen did, but I was hitting on her, so that's a different issue entirely. Anyway.
Okay. So you guys have your drink. So what's your plan now after you've finished talking up? Are you going? The time is about. We'll say the time is about 12:30.
I'm gonna prick my finger, drop a few drops of blood in, so that I can actually drink this.
Right.
I have
For a
8
little
food
while.
merit.
Yeah, because I don't have eat food, so I have to put blood in this to be able to drink it. But I am making a show of drinking.
Ah, you are, okay. That would certainly be helpful. That was one of my thoughts. About how you're actually going to pull that off and what sort of effects it was going to have on you.
Just a few drops of blood will allow us to drink this, and then we can be semi-drunk when we go off to the rack.
Okay. Now, like I said, it's about 12:30, and your retainers are, well, they're pretty much fine with watching your back, but you notice that since it's only a Tuesday, the club is starting to slow down a bit. And what did you guys have in mind now afterwards? Oh, I'm sorry. And no, I did. I missed You did tell him, Caleb, about the Qui-Gen, correct?
Yes,
Or
sir.
about the eyeballs on them? Okay. Okay. Now, as you are making your way back to the car, oddly enough, you notice that the two guys, Caleb, that you saw at the airport, they were kind of like they had come into the club and they were like kind of further down away from you guys, but you happen to spot them again. So you leave and they still hang out. They're not following you guys. They're not following you. But you did notice that they had they apparently were there.
Yeah, I informed the group also of this. I don't know if you guys want to do about that. But
Well, we can lose them if you really wish for me to do so.
the thing is, I don't know if they're following us exactly.
Do you think they're unusual or merely gangbangers?
I think they might be working. Well, I mean, this is a bit of a logical leap, but I think they are working for the enemy.
And they do appear Chinese. They don't appear to be kindred.
Do any of us have auspex? Is the question.
Yes, I do.
Ooh,
Okay.
yeah. Why don't you search that aura, sir?
All right, give me a roll.
I mean, yeah, I assume it's going to be hard to see in the sea of.
This is a very crowded club.
Well, we can always.
They
keep
don't
us
see.
crowded.
Plus, they don't leave. They don't leave. When you guys leave, you noticed him like way back at the club. They kind of made themselves not really obvious, but you kind of, since you had that ability, you happened to catch one of them, and you didn't remember like, man, that's the same guy. And
Well,
so
with
and-
Auspex, he could just take one side of the room, sweep to the right, and he could just look at everyone's aura, just to
Okay.
see if it's pale or bright. He might not be able to get anything else, but he could surely see if there's any kindred like wandering this bar.
Okay, this is a pretty big club. It's much bigger than it's depicted in Bloodlines. This club is huge. So who's doing this?
That would be me.
Okay, James. Let's see here. Let me look at your sheet for a second. So you're gonna have to get up. What are you telling the guys? Because you guys are leaving, and are you telling that you're going to go back?
Well, if we've already left, then I'm not going to bother.
I was going to say, if also we want an alternate way out, I do have the merit friend of the underground. I'm sure, if you guys are concerned about getting poo on your shoes, we can always exit out through a, Gangrel exit. Not Gangrel, Nosferatu.
Well, the thing about doing that, well, okay, I'm not going to tell you what you can or cannot do, but this is a crowded club. Well, there's still a number of people in this club, and there are people outside of the club as well. So, what are you going to do?
Well, that's what I'm
Remember
saying. Yeah, we can take our car, or we can take the car service.
Okay.
But I'm saying if you guys want to leave a different way, that is an option.
Why don't we take your car service, head around, pick up my car, and then we can have one of the ghouls take that car and drive around
Sure.
and see what happens from there. Because if
Well,
both
if-
cars have a tail, then we know that they're actively following us. If neither car has a tail, we know they're not actively following us.
Okay.
Or if they're just actively following that car.
Or even if they are still able to follow us after that, that means that they're somehow following us without, they have other means of locking onto us.
Yes.
Okay. So that's what you do, and your other car doesn't notice the tail. They call you, one of you, I guess. Well, they call you, Caleb. You have the old phone, right? They
Yeah.
call you and tell you, we don't see a tail.
Okay, that's good. Oh, and
Okay.
I gave your ghoul a couple $100 just to go out and have a night on the town and be conspicuous about it.
Thank you greatly. I'll probably be sending my other one to do the same thing.
With the new city, I should probably see about getting one of my own. It's been a few times. Are there any hospitals around here? I'll just think about it. I might just find a drug.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna have to. We should probably start looking at blood banks and whatnot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Where's the rack in the city? Like, where are we allowed to feed? Like, where's that rack located so that we can hit that up?
Okay. Let me take a look at the map. One moment. Now, the Gangrel area. Let's see. I gotta look at the map. One moment.
Because the rack is just something that any vampire can use to feed.
Well,
people, so
I might be able to get away with going
Oh.
to Malkavians or hunting.
Skid Row is by 5th Avenue, and I'll show you. Let me go back to the photos. Okay. Skid Row. And that may prove to be a problem for our Ventrue.
Well, I'm not eating tonight then. Oh wait, no. If they're musicians, I can still drink off them. And I'm sure I can find some hobos who busk.
Okay, can you sense that though?
I don't think I can sense that, but I can ask around.
All right. I'll
you
tell
know,
you
if one
what.
of them has a guitar, that probably means that he can drink from them.
Good point. Good point. Good point. Good point. Okay, so this is what you see. Okay, so you can have your driver take you to. There's an area downtown by Skid Row where there's a lot of missions and there's a lot of the homeless and so forth. And basically, that area is not really under any auspices. So what do you guys do? You just kind of get out and do you just go to the nearest alley and grab somebody, or
Yeah, let's just do that. Pull out some.
Let's
some
just
butcher's
divide
food.
it up. Let's just round them all up and start feeding.
Quick, I'll go rent a pickup truck. Just throw them all in the back.
okay. Well,
Wait a second. What
I
if we
don't
could-
think going on a feeding, killing rampage would be much appreciated by any of our higher ups.
Quick, does
Right.
anyone have a shovel?
If y'all are
Yes,
doing this,
let's
I'm
make
so
reinforcements.
plus there are police. There are police, like, in that vicinity. So, yeah, I wouldn't suggest that. But we'll say
Probably
that
just showing flag.
you found someone and you managed to take care of your blood needs for the evening. Now, you're going to have, I assume, Jason, that you're going to have your driver drop the Ventrue and Malkavian off at Roosevelt Apartments, correct?
Yeah, but we're gonna take a good 30 minutes
Marathon man
of
league.
driving around to
Okay.
make sure we don't have anyone tailing us before I drop him off, because I don't want to drop off
Okay.
trouble at his doorstep. That would be a very big faux pas.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay, you don't notice anything. It's about we'll say it's about 2:00 now, and you haven't noticed any tails. And as I
Along
said,
the way, I do stop and look at several cemeteries. Like, actually stop, get out, look for a few minutes, and then get back in. That way they can report honestly that I have been looking at cemeteries that I could possibly sleep in. I'm
Okay.
going to keep the ruse up. I'm going to keep it up.
Okay. Now, refresh my memory about that. About looking for cemeteries.
I told them that I might sleep in a cemetery, that I was going to look around.
Ah, okay. I
So
see. That's what you told.
I'm doing just that. So they're not lying when they tell the prince that I'm doing these things.
Gotcha.
And that way, if they get auspex and have their mind read, they're telling the truth, that I'm looking around for cemeteries.
Some Jewish guy named Terry. Semite Terry.
Okay. That's fair enough. So you stop by. There's some cemeteries in that area. And then
My one question is, do the zombies do the dead walk into cemeteries in this town? I mean, that is a fair question.
Yeah, that is a fair question. Like, do we see any hoodoo going on?
Not right now, you don't. Not right now, you don't.
Is there a man named Romero?
Who do you voodoo? Yes.
Okay, yeah. So you don't see anything like that going on right now. Yeah. So you drop each other. Well, you drop them off.
Where's the Malkavian want to be dropped off at? Same
He's
place?
staying
Or?
with he's staying with the James character.
I'll be eliciting your hospitality for the evening, as my place at the other hotel is being, properly renovated.
James will be. Yeah, I'm sorry.
So mistaken.
Making use of Caleb's. Okay, so all right. So when you arrive here at Roosevelt's apartments, let's see here.
Ooh, I hear it's haunted. People with Auspex. I hear it's haunted.
What's that?
I hear the Roosevelt Hotel is haunted. So people with Auspex, just saying.
Ah, okay. I don't think, and let's see, who has Auspex? Okay.
That would still be me.
James. Correct. Now,
Yes.
that, well, that's something that, have you communicated that to him, Caleb?
No, but it's kind of pop culture lore about the actual Roosevelt Hotel.
Okay. Well, for now, you don't. Well, for now, we'll just say that he doesn't know it yet. Or you haven't communicated that to him yet.
Okay.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, when you get there, what are you guys going to discuss? And what do you think about, yeah, what are you guys going to discuss?
I don't know, but I'm gonna call for an escort to come to our room.
Okay,
Preferably one who can sing.
all right. All right, that's doable. She shows up about 3 o'clock. Says, you called for a girl? She comes in.
Yes.
Okay, and
I tell her, okay, my demand is going to sound very strange, but it's what I'm into. So don't ask any questions. And I go, I would like to bite your neck.
excuse me?
There's more money in it for you.
There's not that much money in
And
There's
you're
not
not
that
gonna
much
die.
money in the world. You're not. What do you mean bite my neck? You just want to nibble on it? That's fine.
Sure. Let's go with that. I am
Okay.
an excellent liar.
Okay. All right. So you start nibbling on her neck. I assume you begin.
Yes.
Okay. Now let me see. Let's see here. You begin feeding. Um. One moment. I've got to look at your sheet again. I want to see if. Okay. Sandwiches. Are you using a discipline on her? Are you
I'm
using
going to.
dominate?
After I'm going to.
Okay. So that was you used dominate, correct?
Yes.
All right. Make a roll. Not quite sure what we should use for this.
I always remember that first of all the kiss feels really really good, and if I do it to the point where she passes out but not dead, I can just pay her, lick the wound, and it closes up, and I'll be like, oh yeah, it was really good.
It's just that when
Pretty
you
much.
come at her and you start biting down.
Well,
You
yeah.
warned her what was going to happen, so it is kind of shot yourself in the foot there.
Oh, I knew this was gonna happen, but I mean, like, I also have brawling, and I can hold her down for at least long enough to do what I need to do.
Okay. Well, give me a roll for your dominate. We'll make it 6. So that she's completely okay with you biting down on her neck without her
What's
screaming.
the roll for this?
Yeah, just give me 3 dice for your. Actually, give me.
It would be
You got
manipulation.
appearance of
intimidation.
3. So I'm sorry.
I think it would be. Is he just trying to like command her? Or,
Yeah.
No,
is that
that just happens because she's mortal. Like if he goes sleep, she goes.
Well,
Meh.
it would go
And then he
against her
can just
willpower, however much her willpower is.
Okay. Her willpower, like I said, her willpower. We'll say her willpower is 5.
So you'd roll manipulation and intimidation.
Okay.
And
I
then
have
however many
neither of
will.
those.
You have nothing in intimidation, and you have 1 in manipulation. And I will give you 3 dice because you have 2 in
Thank you.
charisma.
I'll be right back.
Okay, go. So let's see here. Five, and okay, that's fine.
That's
Okay, so
5,
she
9,
doesn't
10.
scream. Nice. Okay. Okay. I need to pay attention to the chat more often. Okay, so cool. So she doesn't scream, and all goes well. You get the 2 points of blood, and so everyone is pretty much good for the night. Now, who just stepped away? Was that you, James? I assume. I guess yeah. Okay. So let's go to just listening for a second. Okay. Black. Okay. Let's go to Jared and James. Now, let's so you're making your way there. So why don't you kind of tell us what's going on there, James? I'm not James. Jason. I'm sorry.
We're gonna drive around for about 30 minutes, make
Okay.
sure that no one's following before pulling up into the mansion area.
Okay.
Drive up into the parking spot and get out, enter some key codes to get past the front gate, like all of that. And Jared, as you look, this place is huge. It is fortified. There are cameras everywhere, and this looks like a small fortress almost.
Okay. Upon pulling up, Alex, he would have said something along the lines of, I know you had money, but this.
I don't like this. I'd rather be out in the wilderness doing research, doing other things, but this is what I have to work with. I had to give up something very dear to have this.
You say that like it's a bad thing, and Alex will start getting out of the car.
Okay. Let's see here. I'm going to send him a photo.
All right,
I'm going to
I'm
send
back.
him a photo of the on Google Maps. Okay, one moment. As soon as Google decides to cooperate. Okay. I think that's it. Oh, drats. It's not bringing it up now. For some reason, I can't bring it up. One moment. Okay, so while I'm trying to do this, now you take him for a tour. Okay, so and do you want to do anything before I end the day, end the evening, end the night?
Go ahead.
I'll show Jared a place in the inside of the building that he can sleep in. It's not in the security room.
Here it is.
Excuse me if I don't show you where I sleep, but this is the room that you can stay in. Of course, you can lock and bolt the doors. There's a kick stop to keep it from being battered in. The doors, of course, as he knocks on it, and you can hear the clang of metal, reinforced, as are the walls. Then you hear thick thuds when he hits the walls, so you'll be safe here. And as you can see, there are no bars on the outside, so you can exit when you feel like it. I will be up possibly about an hour after sun goes down. But if you get up before me, feel free to have a look around.
Alex will kind of eye the room before handing Meat his bag and
Okay.
kind of send Meat away into the room. And that's when Alex will kind of, when he knows they're kind of alone, more or less, he'll just kind of lean in and say, how does one acquire all this? It's not like us.
I sold land that was very dear to me so that I could make war upon my enemies. I did this for the betterment of the anarchs everywhere and for fellow kindred. That land was precious to me, far more so than anything else in this world. And now all I have is a cold stone house with no songbirds, no animals, and no trees.
Alex will kind of grunt at that and look over his shoulder to Meat sitting in a corner and just say, all I've got is that.
Oh, if your man needs to eat, there's food in the place that he can have. I believe there's going to be beer brought, probably. You know, he can eat to his heart's content and whatnot. Just as long as he doesn't go into the security room, everything will be fine.
Sounds good. I believe this is good day.
Good day to you. And I'll go to my secret spot, push the wall, go down into my secret room, bolt everything, and then I'm going to bed for the day as well.
Okay. All right. So the 12 hours. It's sunrise. I'm sorry. Sunset. Let's see. Is going to be about 6. So around 6, you begin. Oops, hold on a second. Let's see. One moment. I gotta check some character sheets. Okay.
Well, I actually have to go, unfortunately. Some things have
Oh,
come
okay.
on my end. And I figured now was a good time. I mean, I guess I could stay another 5 or 10 minutes, but now would be probably a better time than
All right.
in the middle of something. So.
All right. Fair enough. Okay. So, let's see.
Just Cross'll just his hotel, get things set up, stuff like that.
Okay, James. Maybe should we end it for tonight, guys, or?
Yeah, that'll probably be good for me too.
Okay.
You have to be at work tomorrow too, so.
Caleb, if you want to like talk or something, like I can.
Okay.
I mean, that's up to you. Like I'm good to keep going if it's just like talking and nothing really going on.
No, I'm okay to end it here.
Okay, then I think we're all good then.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, it was a pleasure to meet all of you, and
Yeah.
it's an interesting game.
Now, what's well? Let me end the broadcast. Okay.